YVA Trades.
Good morning. Is it Tuesday? It is Tuesday. Yeah, happy Tuesday, November 7th. And after yesterday's wild ride with Live W, we're back again for some more fun action. This is my P&L chart here. I'm breaking out over my previous highs there on my way up to 42,000. I'm $850 away from finishing phase 4. All right, let's go take a look at what's hopping today. Okay, sorry if sometimes I come off a little too energetic. I know it's early in the morning and people are probably like, ah. Okay, so this is the market overall. This is SPY right here. And I like to see what it's doing just to have a picture in the back of my head of what the overall market might look like. And so we know we had this big run up and a lot of bullish action, and now we're looking for, and I think everybody is expecting, some kind of a higher low on the daily. We're expecting a pullback at some point. We're very extended up here. We're due for a pullback. It's an inside bar right now on that daily time frame. And I see on the hourly time frame with extended hours off, here we had our low inside consolidation, a lower low, but really no follow through. I mean, if that's all the bears could muster, I don't know. I mean, this is a bullish environment. We're consolidating sideways. That's very bullish. It's up to the bears right now to prove to us that, well, to prove something. So we'll see what happens, just keeping in mind that we are extended on the daily, looking for that pullback eventually. Whether that comes today or not is yet to be seen. So that'll be keeping watch on the market, and that might dictate what we'll see with the stocks that we trade today. So if you have been around pre-market, you will know probably, maybe, depending on your scanners, that PXMD is our leading gapper today, the one to watch so far. I've already traded it. I'm up $102. Actually, I made 118 on PXMD trading very small share size. And I first traded it here. It popped up on the scan at around 527. And it came up, it pulled back. I jumped in it a couple times. And then I sold it on this inside bar. Tried to buy this breakout, took a little loss there. And so then I let it consolidate. Here is a little pattern that I like. Now, it's not exactly perfect, but the one thing that's nice about it, so we came down here, we kind of consolidated, bears tried for a lower low, but the bulls bought the dip there, so there was no follow through on that attempt by the bears on some pretty high volume. So the bulls defended that level, and then as we started to make that move back over this candle right here, that's when I jumped in it, looking for that equilibrium bull break, and we got it, and the move up to the high. I added a few times on this candle here as we were coming up to the volume weighted average price, and then it just blasted. This thing can flat out move. It's got some wide spreads at times, so you got to be careful with that. Then I also traded it after this breakout. I bought it here, but got stopped out, or took a loss on that, but I made the loss back when I bought it at the volume weighted average price. And then it came up here, it failed there, and I started to notice something, and then I decided at that point I wasn't going to trade it anymore, because what I saw as I connected these points, we had 3 points here of bull breaks into bear movements, if that's what you want to call it. So basically no follow through, and that is a rising wedge. And I connected the dots down here on, see, what was it after we pulled back here? Yeah, I had connected it here, and then I told myself, well, this looks like a rising wedge, so that tells me that on the 5-minute we're probably going to see some consolidation. And lo and behold, we tried to break one more time, bulls couldn't hold up, bears came in, and we got that break below that line and close below it. And so now we've been consolidating ever since, and it's a little bit choppy. See that 5-minute time frame? So here we had a failed breakout attempt, a failed breakdown attempt. It's 15-minute consolidation, so you'd probably want to watch the 2-minute time frame. Let's see what that looks like. Even that's kind of choppy. What you want to see is a 2-minute trend change to know that that 15-minute higher low has been set. I don't like to watch the 2-minute time frame too much. I like to know when a candle is about to close, and I get a little messed up on the 2-minute time frame. I'll look at the clock and I'll be like, wait a minute. Is there 30 seconds left, or is there a minute and 30 seconds left? I don't know. Anyways, so I typically trade the 1 and 5 minute time frame. So let's see here. We'll take a look at what else is hopping. Let me just put that one up on my scanner. The next one down, OPLX. I did trade that. I took a $10 loss on it. I don't like it because it's got a really high float. I traded one like that last week and I took some losses on it. So I don't know. It's got some news. So there is a catalyst. It's pulling back on the hourly. It's hourly consolidation. But I might actually watch it. The reason why I took losses the other day on, I don't remember what ticker it was, because I was buying breakouts, but because of the high float, it wasn't moving very much on those breakouts, and so I would end up taking losses. So I guess as long as I buy pullbacks, should be okay. Should be fine. If this one decides to make a move. Freeze this. AYX, the next one down. Float's good, higher price, making a breakout. Volume's a little light. I don't mind it so much on a larger time frame. Really wide spreads. It's got news. Next one down, UIS. UIS. It's got a kind of a nice pattern on the hourly a little bit, but it did break the low of this support. But that one maybe I'll watch the high day scan if we see it. Maybe I'll take a look then. This one holding up. See, it's a bull flag. TRIP, TRIP. TRIP advisors. Not something I typically trade. Let me look at that smaller time frame here. No, I don't think I'm going to watch that one. This one I'm not interested in. CLLS, not interested in. Life W, what is that one? Popped up here earlier. No, it's pretty much sold off. Could be some bounce potential. Just for fun, I'm going to keep an eye on it. It was so much fun yesterday. Actually, after my second live stream, I started doing my thumbnails, and then I look over, and it's making another breakout, and I was like, and so I jumped in it, and I ended up making more money on it. That was... So this was after I ended the live stream somewhere, I think, in here. Wait a minute, where was it? No, it was this. This was it right here. This is where I traded it on this. It was breaking out here, and I sold it before the halt as we broke this high. And made, I don't know how much more, but I think I was up over 500 on it. So not bad, not bad. Life W. I think that's all I'm gonna look at this morning. Uber I traded this morning, but you know, larger cap stock. Lost $80. C1, PXMD Beat. I tried to trade Beat. There was no luck there. Okay. So here on PXMD, hourly inside bar, 15-minute consolidation. So we're looking for that 15-minute higher low. Get rid of those levels. Is this our 15-minute higher low? You want to see that trend change on the 2-minute time frame. I won't be watching the 2-minute, but one more look at it. Hey, it's looking good for maybe a possible, you know, it's tightening up here. So pulling back right here, if you see a breakout over this level, you could consider that a trend change. I want to see a definite break on it though, because we do have a lot of chop in here. Inside bars there on the 5 minutes, so you could technically watch the 1 minute with those inside bars. Tightening up. 5 minutes to go, so that might break before the market opens. We'll see what we look like here in a few more minutes on that one. Hourly time frame on OLPX is that hourly consolidation. We're looking to form an hourly higher low on this one. There's a level there to be watching at $1.62. Cheaper stock. Cheaper. What was the float on that? Oh, that's right. That's the one that had the larger float. Tight spreads, so that's good. But pullbacks only, I think, on that one. So we're consolidating a 15-minute time frame there. Looking for, on that hourly consolidation, I'm looking for a 5-minute trend change to tell me that hourly higher low might be set. Looks like we need to get over that at least. At the very least, we have resistance up here and here. So that's the 5 and 1. And I'll go back to the larger time frame. Hourly, Life W. I don't know. The only reason why I even pulled this up. I mean, we've sold off and gave back way more than half the move. I'm not expecting a move back up here. This retracement size is well over 50%. But look at this little pattern here on the 15 minutes. So this might be something here first thing. Quite possibly. Do I want to trade it? I don't know. Trading below the volume weighted average price. So I'll keep an eye on that. Where's the support? Let me look at the larger time frame once more. I don't know if we pull back here. So we have a big support down at 651. That might be a good place to buy if it drops down there real quick. Who knows? I don't even know. All right. That'd be a pretty good drop. I don't know if it's going to get down there, but okay, 2 minutes to go and look at OPLX already breaking out over 175. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to do this. I have a friend in the Philippines who just found out, her and her boyfriend / husband, they just found out yesterday that they are going to be proud parents of a little baby girl. And so I wanted to just say congratulations to them and to their parents for becoming grandparents. That's pretty exciting news. I once had news like that a long time ago. My kids are mostly grown now. Let me see. So with a minute to go, I haven't set up my stop loss parameters. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go with 40 cents on PXMD. So about 250 shares. OLPX, I'll just do 10 cents on that. And Life W, I'm just going to go with something crazy like 20 cents stops. So that'll be about 500 shares on that one if I buy it. So with this one here, OLPX breaking out. I don't know. Stock market is going to open right up at the highs. So here we go. I don't feel confident in anything just yet. Bought PXMD off of that little level there, that support. Oh man, look at Life W over there. Going, gone. And I'm going to go ahead and flatten PXMD there. So I'm at my daily goal now. That's a big move on Life W. 80 cents on that candle range. I'm going to widen my stop loss out in case I take a trade. I'm widen it to 80 cents. PXMD candle range now is 70 cents. Okay, so I'm going to, I think, widen my stop loss out on that one. Now that one there, it is due for consolidation on the hourly. So if we fail this support, which it looks like we are now on PXMD, so now we have a 5-minute lower high, lower low. I'm hearing noises. I think there's something on my roof running around. It sounds really big. I know in Wisconsin you can find goats climbing on people's roofs, but we don't have that here. I want to buy a pullback on OLPX. I just don't feel comfortable with it. And Life W, I'm kind of over it. Now see, here we go on OLPX and PXMD sitting up at 639. I'm not done trading even though I've hit my daily goal. I'm still planning on trading. See, I want to FOMO into this, but I know better on this one. So a nice recovery so far on PXMD. Bears tried. Bears broke that support. Bulls bought the dip. And there's the break. Halted right there at 662. On some really high volume. Almost the highest volume of the day. It's higher than that opening candle. So a halt up on high volume is a good thing. Inside bar on OLPX. Coming up to that resistance, that's a 15-minute resistance. So the halt candle here was 63 cents. That's about what I have my stop loss set to. Look at that tightening range over here. Could try to do a join the bid. We have a little bit of a spread on Life W. If it breaks, I might try to join the bid. Volume is a little light. So there it's breaking down. Could have joined the bid on that. I just don't feel comfortable with it right now. Halt resumption on PXMD should be at 638. What price did I get into PXMD? The exact price, I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look at my orders. But what I was looking at was this 572 level. And when it dropped down to there, that's when I punched the order. So I don't know the exact price I was in. Life W wants to break over the volume weighted average price there. It wants to. There it is. I'm going to put in a bid order because I see the spread on this and I might not get filled. I'm going to cancel that other one. Probably going to take a loss here. Maybe, maybe not. I'm holding it for a little. Oh, my stop loss is not in there. I need a stop loss in. There we go. OPLX, I'm buying the pullback there. Coming up to that resistance. So I put in another bid order on Life W. Seems like it wants to get up to 9. I think I might have missed it here. I'm going to sell half of my position on OLPX. I'll buy it right there at the volume weighted average price. Ooh, I don't like that pullback. I think I'm playing with fire on that one. Let me get back out. See what I mean? OLPX, just like that one I traded the other day. And I don't trade them very well. Because see, now it's starting to go. So if I just held it. Yeah, Life W, I'm going to flatten out of that. I want to focus on PXMD. That's the one that I've had the most success with this morning. So the halt resumption here should be in this next minute. I'm going to put a limit order down at 642 on that. Right at that previous high of day, just in case it pulls back for a second. So OLPX is a bit of a pullback. So now I'm going to look for the break through the high on it. Good morning. I'm watching PXMD over there while I'm also trading OLPX. Selling half of my position there, making back most of the loss on that. So I'm going to go ahead and focus on PXMD. Should be resuming any second here. Got halted at $6.62. What I want to see is a resumption higher and then a pullback to 662. Could be a 10-minute halt. Yeah, I think it is. So we'll have to wait for another 5 minutes on that one. Bought the pullback there on Life W. That 1 minute candle is about to close. I'm just going to get back out of it there. Don't like that price action. So I was at my daily goal. I dropped down below that down to $60, and now I'm back up to 100. So where I went wrong was trading Life W here, and OLPX buying a breakout that failed. So what do we have here? How many shares do you usually buy? I base my share size on risk. So what I use is some software here that I've written. And down here, I have my risk typed in at $100 per trade. So this software calculates my share size for me. What I do is I pick a candle range. Like right now, hold on. So OLPX is breaking out. If I wanted to buy this, that's about a 10-cent candle range. So I would come back down here and I would click on 10 cents, which I already have. And then I click go. It enters in 1,000 shares. And then it puts in a 10-cent stop loss for me. So that's kind of nice. You can like use like Excel to design a calculator like that. That's what I used to do. But the important thing for me was to risk the same amount on every trade so I can be consistent that way. So let me see here. Hey, good morning, Tammy. Wait. Kaylee. Oh, good morning, Kaylee. I think I know that girl. Look at Life W here. I really probably shouldn't trade it again. It did really good yesterday. We're looking for a 1 minute higher low. The retracement is about 50%, so it still favors the bulls. Got to keep an eye on the time here. Resumption on PXMD should be at 6:43. The time is now 6:42. So I've got 1 minute to go on that one. Little pullback here. Andrew, is that what it says? Does it say I'm up that much money? No, I'm not. My software is kind of messed up a little. Sometimes I use a scanner that scans my profit, but Thinkorswim uses JavaScript, so it doesn't always read it correctly. Right now I'm up $103.19, so it's not reading the decimal. Okay, so I'm watching PXMD for that possible halt resumption here. And like I said, what I want to see is an open higher. I want to see it pull back to 662 and then resume even higher. If we open flat and we pull back to 639, my buy order here might get filled. Okay, there it is. There's the pullback. Now we might not, it might halt right away here. I'm going to go ahead and join the bid. My order might not get filled. Put in another bid there. And what I don't want to see is a halt going down. I'm going to sell half of it right there. It's kind of struggling a little bit to get higher here, but I'm going to give it a chance. Go ahead and flatten it out there. So I'm up $300 now on that stock. Could have held it to see if it breaks above 8 and halts again. There's the break. So we're halted again now. Another circuit breaker halt. At $8.35. These halts are tricky. I sometimes don't have the what do you call it? I don't want to say it on live. You know, it's hard to hold them sometimes because you don't know if they're gonna flush back down and halt going down. So I trade them quickly. I know there are guys that get in them and hold them for the halts, and they'll trade and hold multiple halts. But you have to be careful because at some point it's going to open and halt going down, and it does it really quick. All right, so halt resumption on that should be at 6:49. So Kaylee, I hope you're having a great morning all the way over there. Andrew Bellows, thanks for joining me. And Matthew Gigora. Okay, your name is in blue, and it's very hard for me to see, but I had to look close. Oh, I put in about 2 to 3K. Oh, okay, Andrew, I see. How many shares you get in on that PXMD trade? That was, I got in with 167 shares, and I bought it twice. So 167 times 2. And my stop loss was 60 cents away because that last candle range here was about 60 cents. But now this candle range is $1.45. So now I'm going to come back down here and I'm going to choose, I guess, about $1.40. Just kind of guess at it. I'll click on go, and now it's going to enter in 71 shares. So smaller share size because it's a larger range. And it does that to honor my $100 risk per trade. I plan to make a generic calculator like this to release to you guys for free. And I haven't got around to doing it yet because to make this software available, it's going to take a lot of work for me to continue to develop it and get it ready to be used by the public. It's a very complicated software to set up if you don't know how to code. So OLPX, as expected, a higher float. Higher float means a lot of shares available to trade. So when you have a lot of shares available to trade, the stock doesn't move as fast. And so that's why, like over here, I'll look for stocks that have a lower float. PXMD only has 327,000 shares in the float. Very little amount of shares, but lots of demand. So there aren't very many shares to trade. So that buying and selling makes that stock just fly all over the place. Whereas OLPX has 128 million shares in the float. So a lot more shares available. So it just doesn't move as fast. Look at Uber. Uber's a larger cap stock. I don't normally trade them, but sometimes I do. What do I think about D-Dog? I think D-Dog is happening, man. I don't know. I've never looked at D-Dog. Hold on one second. Let me see. Our halt resumption on this one, what time? 6:49. So what time is it now? 6:47. What is D-Dog? What the heck even is that? D-O-G. Oh. Yeah, I don't trade stocks that are that expensive because I have to buy a lot of shares and I would run out of buying power, but I think it's an uptrend on the 1 minute. Sideways consolidation here, breaking out on the hourly. So it was an hourly inside bar bull break. It doesn't look too bad, but it's already breaking out. So you got to be aware there is a resistance up here to get over. So we're coming up against that resistance now, right there. Uber is lighting it up, man. But yeah, this was a nice equilibrium bull break here. What time is it? Okay, let's get back over here to PXMD. I don't know if I want to buy it again, but I could try. Let's see, 750. I mean, it might drop down and get halted. I don't know, man. How much higher will it go before? So halted at $8.35. Now the last one was a 10-minute halt. Oh, it's not 6:49 yet. Oh. So yeah, D-Dog isn't too bad. I'm going to put Uber up here. We're going to watch that one. I might trade it. It's breaking out. It's also got resistance overhead. The market overall is pulling back. So here we go. 6:49 is now. I've got a limit order down there. I'm watching the price ladder down here to see when I start to get movement on PXMD. We halted at $8.35. Where did I get that chart? Where can you see the volume? Oh. Let me see here. Are you talking about the chart that that we're looking at right now? This could be another 10-minute halt. Watching. A few more seconds. That's unusual to see two 10-minute halts in a row. All right, so it's going to be a 10-minute halt. Be that way. Yeah, let me know what chart you're talking about. Is it the one that you see in front of you now, or was it the one that I was on? And so Uber here making its move up. So let's break this down. How many shares PXMD had? Oh, you talking about this down here? The price ladders? for Thinkorswim. This is a Thinkorswim platform. Is that what you mean? OLPX is coming up to that resistance up there now. I just haven't even really been watching it. So Uber, larger time frame, hourly time frame here. Big gnarly candles on the pre-market, but right now it's making a move. Not a lot to look at on the hourly here. Looking just for, let me see, it's breaking out over that high of yesterday. 15-minute time frame. We don't have a trend change yet on the 15-minute. It was a 15-minute downtrend, but we do have a nice breakout. We're coming up to a resistance at 49.26. This is a more expensive stock, but I can afford it. So we do have a level here to watch. Let's go see what that looks like on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, and I want to mark this level too. So if we're going to pull back at all, I might look to be a buyer on a pullback. You see we have the EMA crossing over here on the 5-minute. You have the volume weighted average price all coming up to that area. So that might be a good place to enter the trade. Excuse me. If it pulls back to that level. $48 is also psychological. So I'll be watching that. That candle range is $1.37. This one's 43 cents. I'll go with like $1. No, the one that showed how many shares. No, that the other one. We'll find the right one. So the other screen, PXMD had. Oh, you're talking about the scanners. I'm sorry, Matt or Andrew. Yeah, over here. This is the trade idea scanners right here. Is what that is. And if you do have trade ideas or you get trade ideas and you want to know what my settings are or what settings I use, you can just head over to the website and I've got it posted there. What time is it? 6:44. So we'll have resumption here on PXMD in the next minute. So I'm going to be watching that one for a trade. I'm glad I could finally answer your question. It took a while, but we got there. All right, PXMD, there it is. I'm just apprehensive to jump in it right there. That level was about 848. I could put a limit order in down there. It's a nice move. I'm not going to FOMO into it. Possible we go up and get halted here again. That's crazy, man. So this one's just on fire. Not halted yet. We haven't seen this kind of momentum in so long that I'm a little just kind of like... I don't trust it, but now that we're seeing it, this is good. Maybe I can start to expect it. You're welcome, sir. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate that. It's a pretty good pullback there. Candle range there is $1.36. So we're going to halt going down now. We'll see. We do have this level to be watching here, so if we consolidate down to 835, I would maybe be a buyer there as long as we don't halt. I put it in a limit order just in case. And we see Uber pulling back now, so I'm going to be watching. Let me see Uber here. let's go ahead with Uber. Okay, so PXMD just got halted going down. I'm watching Uber here. I'm going to buy Uber off of the EMA right there. Sometimes you'll see a nice bounce. We didn't see the bounce I was expecting. I'm going to take the profit quick. I wanted this candle to bounce. Doesn't mean we won't bounce from here further, but not quite the look I was going for. So now, is that our higher low on the 1 minute? Because that's what we're looking for ultimately. We had this consolidation here and then the breakout, and we have not formed a higher low after all these mini candles in a row. So now what I mean by a higher low is that we want to pull back. We haven't consolidated. So we want that consolidation and then a higher high. And it looks like we could just get it here maybe. It's actually a 5-minute consolidation. Look at that. We pulled back below that last candle. And we're consolidating below the larger time frame, below this resistance here, which is that pre-market candle, 49.26. And then after that, oh, you gotta have to go back a ways. We could look at the daily to see what that looks like. Daily time frame. So we're coming up to some daily levels, critical daily levels here. So expect some bears to be trying to get into short positions, and expect the bulls to try to push past. Expect one or the other, or don't expect it, whatever. Just know it's a possibility. LABU hitting the scanner. Huh. Not bad. I don't know what the float is on LABU, but it's got, let me see, hold on. Looks like it's got a larger float too. Anyways, so back to the lower time frame here on this one. So I'm still going to watch this for SPY has kind of a rising wedge on a smaller time frame right now. So the overall market looking like it's due for consolidation. This is SPY. If you can see that, this looks like to me a falling wedge. It's kind of hard to see on this time frame. Falling wedge is bull breaks with no follow through. And kind of, well, it's kind of hard to, it kind of starts here, kind of moves up, but you'd have to go to a smaller time frame to draw the lines correctly. Falling wedge, I'm sorry, a rising wedge is usually an indication of a larger time frame pulling back. I'm watching this pattern right here on Uber. What I'm looking for on this is this. Hey, good morning, Lisa. I knew there was somebody missing. All right, here we go. Uber. It's got a pretty good spread. If it starts to break here, I'm going to jump in it. Oh, that hourly candle is about to close. That might change my mind. It just did. So now we have a new 5-minute candle, a new 15-minute candle. I think I'm going to wait on Uber, maybe. I might wait for it to pull back down into this area. So this is where patience comes in. I'm sitting at my daily goal, so I don't have to trade anymore. This candle range is about 18 cents, so I've got mine set to 25 cents. I'm also tempted to maybe trade this one over here, but I don't know. This pattern now is a bit extended, so I'm not sure on this one. Look at PXMD result resumed below that support, but now back up above it. Here we come down now on Uber. So I'm looking down at $48. First, we'll see if the bulls will defend this level and buy that dip. It looks like they are for the moment. High volume, so there's a big struggle. OLPX, I'm tempted to buy that little pullback there. Well, the market broke out of its rising wedge, but it broke bullish. That's interesting. So the bulls held this level. The bears were not able to close below it. $0.22 on that candle range. Put in a limit order there. I'm going to go ahead and buy it once, and I also have that limit order. I'm going to move that limit order down. So it's a little concerning that we didn't close above 48.76. Much like we didn't close below this level, so it's a battle here between the bears and bulls. And I am holding two positions right now. I could exit one of them just to mitigate the loss a little bit, soften the blow. I think I'll do that. And then I'll put my stop loss back in for the other part. And then if it breaks out, at least I'll make a little bit on it. Still tempted to buy this one over here, OLPX. I'm buying OLPX for that breakout. It's a tightening range. So I'm going to get back out of Uber here. I'm going to wait and let it break 48.76. I want to see the bulls prove it to me there. So taking a few small losses here. I'm down below $100 again for the second time today. There's Uber pulling back. So I'm going to jump back into Uber right there. Should have probably got in it twice so I could sell one of them on the move up. That is not working out the way that I wanted it to. I'm going to get rid of this line. So it is 5-minute consolidation. We're looking for a 5-minute higher low, so I need to see a 1-minute trend change. Still in OLPX here. This could be a flat top breakout. Triple top there at 197. I'm buying this pattern here that I see on PXMD. I think if I take a loss on this, that would put me red on the day. Oops, better get out of. So I'm going to wait for Uber then to pull back to that level that I was looking at originally down here. Might have a bear flag on PXMD. See that 5 minute. I actually am red right now. Okay, here we come on Uber. So I'm jumping in it a couple of times there on that pullback. Sell 2 of those positions, and I'm going to put a stop loss in for the rest of it. So those are some nice winners. Get back out of PXMD. That didn't break the way I wanted it to. That one is very tricky. So we now have a double top up here. We'll see if this bear flag follows through. Whoops. Got OLPX there. Well, my day is going the wrong way right now. So anybody trade like PXMD this morning, pre-market? Because that was some pretty good trading. See if this bear flag follows through here. I'm adding back to Uber again. Sell half of my position on Uber, put my stop loss back in. I sold Uber. I'm all out of everything right now. I was down $100 there for a little while, and so now I'm back to green. And now, anytime that happens, it's like that's the point where I'm like, okay, maybe I should call it a day. I'm having one of those days where I didn't get a lot of sleep, so my mind isn't working as quickly as normal. Now, coming down to the volume weighted average price here, don't tell me we just got halted. So yeah, I was up at my daily goal. I dropped down, which was $200. Then I dropped down below 100. Then I got back up to my daily goal, and then I dropped back down. Then I went into the red 100, and now I'm back to green. So spinning my wheels. My trades aren't working the best today, and sometimes that happens. I'm not complaining about that. Hopefully you've had a better day than me. Mine has been all over the place. and that's okay. Today's November 7th. And so I think I'm going to end my day being up $13.75 before I end up, I had a low of -100. I had a high of 200. So I got a little tiny candle there. Now you could say that's a shooting star is what that candle looks like. And that is oftentimes the sign of a reversal. However, this is not the stock market. This is my profit and loss chart. So I very well tomorrow could have a better day than today. Let's take one more look, see if there's anything. We're bouncing again off the volume weighted average price down here. So this was a nice equilibrium on OLPX. If I get rid of some of these lines, I almost bought it down here when it was pulling back, and that's right here at this level. You can see we pulled back. So you had your move up, and anytime you have a big move up, you have a period of consolidation. We formed a higher low, a lower high, a little higher low, and then there's the break. So you got your flag pull and your pennant. Pretty common pattern. If you learn how to trade those and you trade them the same way every time, you could develop a system where you are profitable. You're not going to win every time, but as long as you do it right, you can make money almost every day. So this one here, 5-minute consolidation. We're looking for a 5-minute higher low. Over 50% retracement here on this one, though. It's halted going down. I don't think that halt was on volatility because that's not a very big move down. So I'm wondering why this got halted, if it's for some other reason. So I'm done with PXMD for now. Nice breakout, maybe continuation. And let's go take a look at D-Dog. I just want to get all like cool sounding when I say that. D-Dog. I can't say it cool. Uber's continuing to pull back here, so that's a more than 50% retracement. And when you pull back more than 50% on any kind of bounce, it favors the bears. So bears would be looking for a lower high and lower low. So yeah, D-Dog. D-Dog is something I don't trade, but I want to see what it looks like because I never got to really. Oh, that's nice. So we broke through that level, that line that I marked back here at 101.40. That was a nice breakthrough, that pre-market level, and then we back tested it right here. So that would have been the entry. The EMA is catching up. That's nice. Here's another nice little pattern here. This is a flat top breakout setup. I don't know if I'm done today. I just think I maybe should be. Lisa gave me some good advice yesterday. She said, take your treasure and walk away or something like that. And I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. There have been so many times where I wished I would have. What did I have here? Which one was I watching here? Oh yeah, Uber. Let's see what it looks like now. Oof, wow. Over here on the scanner, and yeah, I use these scanners every day, and usually I'll start live streaming 15 minutes before the market opens. So if you come in to the chat room here at about 6:15, you can see the scans too, and that way you can see what I'm seeing. And if you guys have any stocks that you're watching that I'm not watching here, let me know. I'd like to break them down, take a look at them. Here I was watching LABU, thought maybe I might try to trade it. This looks good. possibly for that 5-minute higher low. It's got nice volume on it. Candle ranges are very small though. So you have to buy a lot of shares. But it's a cheaper stock though, so that's not bad actually. But I don't feel confident enough to buy that. So, PXMD has resumed. There's a 5-minute breakout. So like I said, we're looking for that 5-minute higher low. I'm going to do something stupid. I'm going to go ahead and buy it right there. Coming up towards $8. Look at that pullback on OLPX to that 198 level. This one's not going. PXMD. It's a new 15-minute candle. Well, I got back out at about break even. It might just go here. So I gave back a little bit of money. I made $10 today. I'm going to McDonald's. 10.13. All right, so that's going to do it for me. I'm going to get out of here before I do end up taking a huge loss and then regret it, because this day is kind of choppy. So Matthew, Andrew, Kaylee, Lisa, thanks for joining me today, and I hope you all have a really good rest of your day. I'm going to take off, and I'll see you back here first thing tomorrow morning. Happy trading. I hope you do really well today. Look at OLPX. Boom! Big old drop. Ouch. Hope nobody was holding that. See you later. Bye.